I see you guys. Ruru and Meep. Testing. I can't hear anything.
Oh, did you there's a new update.
That might be why. But it normally is supposed to update on its own.
Okay.
So, because I have that set, right?
Okay, you got that, so it does, yeah. So, but sometimes, like you said, you have to check it. Sometimes it doesn't. I know mine is set for that, but for some reason, it won't update on its own.
Yeah, it's weird.
Very.
Now that I have sound, at least I think I do, on YouTube. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? That is so weird. I don't know if they can, but it's being recorded on Twitter. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me. Alrighty. Let us begin. I apologize for the delay. Get fired up. Why do we want to get fired up? Because look at what you know. Look at what you know. You see, when we do things, yeah, we go out, we have an experience. What happens to the body? Your body responds to something. You begin to feel a particular way in your body. It's a sensation. You are now capable of self stimulation, meaning you have a thought and you know what you want to feel like instead of what your body tells you to feel like. That's the difference. So now you can say, you know what? I want to feel a sense of peace today. This is the feeling I want to walk with. And you know, all you got to do is say to your body, hey, bring me a memory of a peaceful feeling. And you feel it in your body. And when you feel it in your body, look at what you've just done. You've taken yourself from a place of wherever you were to where you wanted to go. So who's practicing the law of polarity? You are. You're practicing the law of mentalism. You looked at that thought in your brain and said, I don't like that. This is not who I said I am. And you change it. That's what you do. This is why you get fired up. Because you no longer have to stay in the same position. You no longer have to stay in the same mindset. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't. Now you see why when you walk outside, you got a pep in your step. This is what the Bible refers to as joy unspeakable. Joy unspeakable. You've just, because there's this thing that you know. What do you know? You know that you have the capability. Why do you have it? Because whom the sun sets free is free indeed. Who's the sun? The sun is the word. What's that word? The law. Do you understand what I'm saying to you today? That when you practice, you're practicing because the more you practice, the easier it becomes. The easier it becomes, the better you get. Not as in, oh, I'm better than my neighbor. No, you're better at the law than you were the day before. And you'll be better tomorrow than the day before. And the next, and the next. There's no more of this, oh, it's so hard, I can't. You don't do that anymore. Why not? Because if you get the thought in your brain that says, I cannot, you say to your body, whoa, that's a memory. I sure can. I can do this. Bring me a memory that reminds me of when I overcame or when I accomplished something. And then you tell your body, you see that memory? See that feeling, that sensation in my body? That is what we do. Why are you doing that? Because your body has memories stored. I'm going to tell you this until you get it. It has memories stored. And it will do something. You ever felt some certain way and you weren't sure why? Because your body saw something and reacted the way it always has. You might not even have seen the thing that you're reacting to or even heard the thing, but it was there. And your body was like, ooh, self-preservation initiated. And that's what it did. And you behaved the way you're like, oh, but I don't want to behave that way. But now you are in a position to say, I like this. More of this. Yeah, more of this sensation in the body. I'm loving that. Why? Because the sensation in the body is the correspondence of the thought in the mind. And the more you practice the correspondence between the thought and the body, oh, the action must be done. So you see today why you are fired up. You were fired up because you look in the mirror and you recall a hurtful situation and you're like, yeah, and it hurt, but where's this sensation? Bring me that instead. And you feel that sensation in your body. Because remember, you use one law, you're using them all because they can't be separated. And what have you just done? You've what now? Raised the vibration. And when you raise the vibration, remember the law of gender tells you that is being projected outward. And as that projection goes, it is calling more things just like it to come right back to you, because as within, so without, and every cause has its effect. When you start to see what you are doing on a daily basis, you catch yourself, you autocorrect, and you say, yeah, I can change. I can fix this. And it's not even that it's broken, it's just that you've changed your perspective. You've changed the way you look at things. You've changed where your mind was set once before, and you're setting it in a new direction. That is what you're doing. You see that? That's exactly what you're doing. Now, when you sit there and you think about that, I've got the capability of changing. What sensation do you feel in your body? Feel it. You don't have to put a name to it because you'll know how it feels. The vibration will tell you in your body exactly what you're feeling. Feel that sensation. Just allow your body to feel it because it is what you want to feel. You want to feel that peace, that elation, that joy. You want that sensation in the body because the sensation in the body is telling you the thought matches. And you know that it is only a matter of polarity that you sustain that sensation or that vibration, and whatever that vibration matches will come to you. There. Feels nice in the body, doesn't it? Oh, it sure does. It sure feels nice in the body. Right? But Angela, I can't feel that in my body. I still feel tense in my body. That just means you got to remember you're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. That's all you're going to do. Just breathe. There's nothing to fret over. Simply breathe. Simply breathe, CJ. I see. Thank you. Just simply breathe until you begin to feel a give in the body. The shoulders will come down. There's no hurry. Take your time with it. Take your time with it. Remember, you rush the brush and you waste the paint. Right? Even the simple memory of, cause and effect, eh? Wait, so polarity is from that to this? You begin to feel relief in your body. That is what we are doing all day, every single day. And when you do it, and you do it, and you do it, you will notice you don't say things like, oh, but I did that. Because you'll notice what? That you are doing. And the more you do, you become what you do. Do you see how beautiful of a thing you are now in control of? Yes, you. Think about this. Nobody is beating down your door to tell you, do what I say, or else. None of that. You are the one getting up in the morning and saying, here's what we're going to do today. Here's how we're going to feel today in our bodies. You're in control. You are in control. Now you see why you get fired up? Because you're in control. That job, that new relationship, what is the feeling of accomplishment? Because you've done it before, you've accomplished something before. Go back, do it. That sensation. Because I tell you sometimes, if we've practiced the sensation of being worried, right? Thank you, CJ. When we practice the sensation of being worried all the time, you see how that makes you feel because something just came to mind about what you're worried about all the time. See how easy it is to bring something to mind? Look at what you got. Look at what you've got. Yes. Now you see why you're fired up. You see it? Now, let's take a quick moment to acknowledge all the people that are in the space to give you an opportunity to ponder what it is you've got. Let's see who's here in Fanbase first. Shanice, Miss McQueen, Summer Rose, Matthias, Zola, KZ. I see you all. Thank you for being here on such a lovely morning. Twitter, Ruru, Amanon, Muck45, Brookie, Darling, Jeff, Luke, Shea Butter. I see you all. YouTube, Miss Sonia. Why, thank you. Yeah, when it breaks, cut it and make it look poppin'. That's what I say. So thank you. Anot, Zenobia, the better man. CJ, I see you, and thank you, my dear darling CJ, for your projection. See what it is? You just use the law of gender to send me that thought you just did there in the chat. Indigo King, I see you. So this morning, as we go out into our day, you are going to encounter a myriad of people and situations because there's 8 billion of us. But you now know you can be like Neo in the Matrix. He goes, Trinity, a little help. And he starts to move. And she says, how'd you move like that? He's like, what? You move like them. Who's them? You know the law. You move like the law. And he said, oh, it wasn't fast enough. Only because he hasn't been practicing for very long. But you get to practice. And do you see how beautiful practice is? Let's work on that. Look at how beautiful practicing actually is. Because why are you practicing? You're not practicing because your mother's standing there with the cuckoo stick and said, play this piano. I don't send you to piano lessons for all this money and blah, blah, blah. No, you practice because you know why you're practicing. You know that when you practice, you can call those things that are not as though they were. You can command a change and have it be done. That's why you're practicing. All your practices, yeah. The better I get at this, I can move my way through these laws with ease. That's why I practice. That's what you start telling yourself. And then as you go about your day, you start noticing, these good things are happening to me. What are you doing? Cultivating a lifestyle of abundance. And abundance it doesn't stop with money. It doesn't stop with money. It starts, and then everything else becomes abundant in your space, your health, your mindset, your relationships. You can go somewhere and somebody says, hey, I was thinking of you. I'd like you to have this. For me? See that? Shock and awe. Feel that in your body. For me? Why, thank you. Tell me how good that feels to know that you have a lifestyle of abundance. Somebody says to you, well, you are positively radiant. What is that? What are you doing? And you can say, let me tell you. See it? Get fired up. Because that being fired up takes you through every moment of the day, day after day after day, because you get to practice something new. Yeah, you do. Because we're always in search of new ideas, new ways of being, new ways of doing things. So, today, get fired up because you are ready. You are ready. You're ready. Ready for what, you say? To be the best version of yourself that you want to be. That's what you say. Yes, that's it. So again, it doesn't matter what situation you come across. Situations are irrelevant. You are where it starts and stops with you. You bring them. Are you saying I caused this in my life? You might not see the cause, but if you're experiencing that effect, mhm, and if you don't like the desired effect that you are seeing right now, if that effect is undesirable, what are you going to do? It's undesirable. So you are going to have a new thought. You say, I don't like that. What do I want to feel instead? You decide what you want to feel instead. And you tell your body, hey, bring me a memory that matches this feel. I want to feel, name it. This is why it's important to name your thing so you know what you're moving from to what you're moving towards. I trust that this makes sense to you today as to why you have what it takes. Even though you may have heard somewhere in your life that you don't have what it takes, what do you now know? You now know that that is a memory. And the same way you can recall one undesirable memory, you can recall a desirable one. And if you just can't create or bring a more desirable sensation in your body or a memory, you sure can. There's some movie you've seen, there's some comedian you've heard that made you laugh, and look at that. A memory comes back that is what? Making the body feel in a sensation much more desirable than when you started out. You see, you can recall a memory from anywhere. So you're not stuck. You're not stuck. Now, as the old people would say, put that in your pipe and smoke it. And that's what they used to say, right? Look at you. Look at how far you have come. You went from being completely unaware. Now you're in a space that says, oh, yeah, I got this. You now know you don't have to chase anything. You don't have to chase anybody. If you don't have to chase the law, you think you have to chase money? Why not? Because the law is telling you, call those things that are not as though they were and they become. That's what the law is telling you. So it doesn't matter what excuse. There aren't any excuses. Not that can do the law at all. There are no excuses. So don't beat yourself up. You won't even waste time doing that anymore. Oh, I'm so crazy. I'm so foolish. I can't do these things. Why me? You won't even do that anymore. And if you do, you'll notice they're fewer and far between those instances. Hmm? See it? I want you to see what you are becoming, what you are doing, so that when you turn on the news, you're like, that's not for me. Or you turn on a particular song and you're like, oh, no, those lyrics aren't for me. Now you begin to be the guard at the doorway of your mind, the bouncer. And you reject any projected thought from impregnating your subconscious mind. Recognize what you're doing. And you're doing it beautifully. You sure are. Oh, but I doubt that that's possible. I don't know. That seems so far-fetched. Mm. And then what's the first thing your spirit says? Is it far-fetched? Or do you not have an image of it in your mind? If you have an image of it in your mind, then as within, so without. All things are possible, are they not? Is what your spirit says. And then you say, why, yes, it is. And you bring about a sensation in your body that relaxes you, or one that gives you a sense of accomplishment. because all things are possible. So that's your word today. You're fired up. You get out there and you don't care because you know what you know, what you know. Right? This is why when the scripture can tell you, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. What is the greatest weapon that can come towards you? You might think it is something physical, but it is mental. Why? Because the one who has your mind has you. And the law has always intended that one would be free, sovereign. So these weaponized thoughts cannot harm you because you know what they are. You see them, you know exactly what they are. Whereas before you didn't know. Now you know. If you don't know, now you know. Right? This is the beauty of what you have been given, and use it. Just like the talents in the Bible. One was given 5, one was given 2, and the other was given 1. Do not be like the one who lived in fear and buried his talent because he was afraid. That's not you. Use the talent you've been given as within, so without. He got 2, he made 2. Why? He had 2 inside, he got 2 on the outside. He matched, he corresponded. That's you today. As within, so without. You are absolutely amazing. Yes, even if you don't believe me, you don't have to believe me. It's not me you got to test. It's the law. What are they? Mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. As within, so without. As above, so below. Everything vibrates between two poles. A swing to and fro, creating a rhythm, an ebb and a flow. Every cause has its effect, and every effect its cause. A projection of the will, masculine, giving life, giving form, feminine. Those are the principles, the laws of creation that govern all created things. And when you memorize them, you begin to recognize them so you can better utilize them. That is your gift. We call it the gift of life. So that you can live what life what? More abundantly. There's a difference between having abundance and living abundantly. Hmm. To have it, you were given it. To live it, you're walking in it. You're doing it. And you're creating it as you go along. That is what you are doing. So today, it matters not what obstacle you think is out there. Oh, but what if? What if? What about? I just said there aren't any excuses. There aren't any. Move with the law. Become one with it because you already are. It's just a matter of accepting that thing. Accept your oneness. Accept it. That's it. Move with it confidently. There's no you. Here's the thing with the law, right? You can't get it wrong. So get that out of your mind. You can't get it wrong. How can you when it says as within, so without? Correspondence. You can't get it wrong. There's only right when you use the law. That's all there is. Yeah, but what if I get the opposite? You didn't get the opposite. As within, so without. This is why we check ourselves, but we don't judge ourselves. Because if you judge, yourself. As within, so without, you will encounter judgment on the outside. And that's not what you want, is it? No, it isn't. So don't judge. That's why scripture says, judge not, lest ye be judged. As within, so without. So don't judge you. Oh, I'm not doing this fast enough. According to who? The law of rhythm tells you there's an ebb and a flow. There's a time to rest, a time to work. Ecclesiastes, there's a time for everything under the sun, a time for everything, a rhythm. So, how then can you be moving too slow? You are moving in the rhythm. That's what you're doing. You know, because you get certain family members saying to you, you should be further ahead. How do they know? So, don't compare yourself to your neighbor. That's not the missive that was given. The missive given was to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Hear it again, correspondence. As within you, so without. Yeah, but they're hard to care for. Are you? Love you. Oh, I don't know how to love me. Because we think love is flowers and chocolate and long walks on the beach. Love is an appreciation. It's an appreciation of what you have, of what you practice. Because the laws are unconditional. Unconditional what? Unconditional love. How do you know that? Because the law can be used whether for good, bad, or indifferent. Use it for good, though, because cause and effect will tell you that, isn't it? You have good intent within, you'll experience the good on the outside. So don't think that you can have nefarious or insidious thoughts and not be affected. So you see, you're never punished by the law. You're just simply given what you are. So how is that not unconditional love? It's not, it doesn't say, well, you've been bad today. What a bad boy. You get nothing. It doesn't ever say that to you. It says, should you choose to be good, that is what you get. Should you choose to be bad, that is what you get. Make the choice of what you want to be based upon what you want to receive or encounter. Behave the way you want to be treated. Yes? As within, so without. That is unconditional love. Listen to the word unconditional. The conditions do not apply. So that is how you love yourself. I respect me on the inside. I get respect on the outside. You don't ever have to force anybody to do anything. Just live the law. Why? Because all things conform to law. They're governed by it. I trust that these simple things make sense today. And the more you practice them, the more sense they make. And where can you see these laws? Because somebody did ask me that. Well, where are these laws? How can you be so sure of them? You go to bed and you wake up. You have a rhythm. Sun rises and sets, that's what we call it, but the earth turns to face the sun or turn away from it. Rises and sets, rhythm. You plant a seed. Whatever seed you plant is the fruit you eat. Correspondence. You reap what you sow. Tell me again that the laws aren't there? They're there. They're outside of you. Why? Because they are within you. They are within you. You don't have to search for them. You don't have to lift every rock. No, you don't. They're right there in your face. As within, so without. That is your word today. I trust everything made sense. If not, you know where you can find me. Ah, Tracy, welcome to the space, my beautiful darling. Miss Ravioli L, Miss, I only see part of the name. Uh, Miss Charm, is that what it is? I don't know. Her ways. Oh, my melanin. I see you all. I do. And Ren, there you are on Twitter. Remember? Friday Q&A workshop. It's posted everywhere. You can see it. Slide into my DMs. And a lot of people did ask the same question, so we have room for more questions. I just, what is the word that I want to say? Consolidated. Instead of having five of the same question, I just made one question. You answer five people, right? So we have room for questions. Um, and then February 1st, nighttime guided meditation returns. Um, there's lots of cool things that are coming down the pipe for us where we can practice and just improve on our practice. Let's see if there's anything else I want to tell you. There's a calendar of events coming up. It's posted in the community section on YouTube because it has the dates for the first quarter, right? For the dates for workshops. Um, yeah, but that's what I want to tell you. You get fired up this morning because you have been given the keys to open any door that you can create. That's the freedom and the beauty that you've been given. Reese, Grand Rising, use. Use them. Use them. Don't bury them. We don't put our lamp under a bushel, but we put it on the mountain. Right? That's what we do. Ah, Empress Ella. I didn't see you in the chat, but I feel you. But that's what I'll say to you today. All right, my beautiful friends. Nadia, it's been a while since I've seen you, darling. You'll have to catch the replay on either YouTube or Twitter. Um, but that's all I'll share with you this morning. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Much love, Twitter. Much love. I'll close Twitter. Twitter is closed. Fanbase. I see you all. And hanging with, I see you in the space. Remember, use, I just wanted to do Star Wars and say use the Force because I couldn't help myself. Use the law all day, every day. All day, every day. You are already. Just be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of it. That's it. That's your power, your awareness to use the law. Just use it. Right? And you know, you can always slide into my DMs if you have more questions. Ms. M, bonjour. A little late. Better late than never. You can catch the replay, my darling. If you, of course, if you weren't already in here. Um, but that's what I'll say. You know, parting is such sweet sorrow. Because I'm fired up already this morning. I am because I marvel at the fact that I had no idea about this a few years back. And I would sit there and ruminate and worry and fret. Woe is me. That's what I used to do. Save me, somebody, rescue me. That's what I'd always say. But I don't need to be rescued. The law set me free. And then it truly takes a hold of you in such a fashion you won't have any words to say. It will just be that sensation in your body of awe and reverence. Reverence. Not in the sense that, you know, they tell you from the world to revere it, to, you know, it's just a matter of the utmost respect you have of it. And when you have that respect within you, you see how you cultivate the respect? By using the law. When you respect the law and you recognize, holy cow, that's what I got. That reverence, that awe within you. Yes. Yeah, that's it. You won't have any words. You'll sit there and shake your head and go, huh, wow. That's, that's the beauty of what we've been given. So don't take it for granted. You can't take it for granted because you want things in life. You want to have a good life. And that's just the beginning. That's where it starts. Because when you recognize that you can do little things, you become bold, courageous, because now you want to do bigger things. And that is the nature of the law, to take you from beginner to master. Of who? You. You can master yourself. Now, if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will. Right? That's what I'll leave you with today. Walk in it. Every breath that you take. Don't make me sing, Sting. Because that's the law. If you sing that song, it's the law watching you at every turn just to make sure that you're using it. It's like, ooh, I'm here. Use me for your greatest and highest good. Every step you take, every breath, every move you make is by law. Yeah. Mm. So you see, you are well looked after, well cared for. And if you don't believe that, go back to a time, recall a memory where you were cared for. And if you cannot find a memory within your own memory banks, we call it the Akashic Records because everything is stored, right? Every memory. So there is a memory of being cared for. Simply send your faithful servant to fetch it for you. Yes. And it will bring you back that sensation. And you walk in it. Indeed, that's what you do. So let's practice it before we go. What do you want to feel this morning? You want to feel excitement this morning for having known the law? Yes. Where in your memory can you find a feeling, a sensation of excitement? Something that got you excited before. An eagerness. Ooh, I can do this. See that feeling? That sensation in your body? Hold it there. Bask in it. Revel in that sensation. Take your time with it. No need to rush. You're in the presence of greatness. The all. You are in the presence of the all. Feel that sensation in your body of eagerness and excitement. Oh, yes. There you go. Repeat that prescription 30 seconds, 20 times a day, or as many as you can do. Because I guarantee you sustain that vibration, what you think is going to happen? As within, so without, because every cause has its effect, yes? Practice it. Practice it. And you will continue to cultivate your lifestyle of abundance. Who knows who's going to get a free coffee today? Who knows who's going to get something incredible today? So you get the opportunity to say, for me, feel that sensation in the body? For me, wow, thank you. Yeah. How many times can you feel that sensation in your body today before you get to actually do it? Somebody's going to come along and you say, for me, oh, wow, thanks. Yes. And with that, I bid you adieu, my beautiful friends. And I will see you in the morning again. Much, much love to you all. Fan base is closed. All right, YouTube. Just you and I couldn't help myself. It's just us. So remember what you've learned this morning. And you see what just happened? Even though you thought I was a little crazy to sing the song, if you are looking for a memory that made you just say, this one, or it made you smile, you have a memory you can recall to create that sensation in your body of fun, of ease, of relaxation. Do you see? Yeah, you got a memory in your memory banks that you can use. Aw, Sylvia, thank you. Um, but yes, you now have a memory you can recall so you can stimulate your body to feel. Yeah, there you go. Practice it and have fun with it because it is a beautiful thing that you've been given. Alrighty then, my beautiful YouTube friends. I will see you later. Alrighty? Peace out.